Good evening and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day number 18, and I'm continuing the story of the Buddha, Gautama. As Siddhartha, the young prince, he had now gone out 3 times with his charioteer, Shana, and in these forays out into the kingdom, he had first seen a man who was very, very old hobble out from the crowd and into the street, and looking disoriented and sort of lost, he had disappeared back into the crowd. This was unlike anything that Siddhartha had ever seen before. And so it brought up in him a question, which he posed to Shana, of what he had just seen. And Shana let him know that this was an old man, and for each of us alive, we would end up growing old. This had troubled the prince. He'd spent the night tossing and turning, as has his father, Suddhodana. His father had done everything he could to make sure that the experience Siddhartha had would not bring these questions to his mind about life. And the next day when they went out from the crowd, as if it had been planned by the divine, a sick person, old woman, came out, coughing and hacking, hair bedraggled. And again, Siddhartha had questioned Shana about what he was seeing. Shana had let him know that this was a person who was ill. Siddhartha had asked, how did she get this way? Is she always this way? Shana had replied that no, that she had probably started out very fit and sound, just the two of them were standing there in the chariot, fit and sound. But some ailment had overtaken her, and her body was now caught in the throes of that illness. That second night was worse than the first. These questions raging through the prince's mind, making all that he had grown up with and experienced and learned about seem such a fraud. His father, Suddhodana, did everything he could to again send his soldiers out and try to create a situation where he would not see any more that would bring questions to his mind. The next day they went out again, as you know, and on that day, on the banks of the river, a man was being cremated. When they'd arrived, Siddhartha asked, why is that sleeping person not moving? Because there was all of this commotion going on around them. Now, the man had been washed in the river and put on top of this rack. And then the flames had, started to consume the body. And Siddhartha could not understand why he didn't get up and get out of those flames. Shana had to tell him that he was dead. This was death. No longer would he think. No more seeing, no more hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling. No more experiences, no more interactions. He was gone. Siddhartha thinks now, so We have old age, then we have illness, and then we have death. This is what awaits all of us. We all die. Yes, Shauna. Shauna said yes. We all die. All who are born must die. Siddhartha could not believe what he was seeing. He was overtaken by the thoughts that were just coursing through his mind as they stood there in that village, the flames rising higher around the body, the smoke filling the air around them. Is this all there is? He asked Shauna. We'll stop the story there.